What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, I haven't done a night ride in a long time, so I thought I'd record one. But very frustrating ride tonight. And we're going to talk about why you shouldn't motovlog, why you shouldn't make YouTube videos, or content in general. I got just randomly, completely out of the blue, a warning on my YouTube channel. It wasn't like a hard strike, because hard strikes, I think you get one or two and then that's it, they just delete your channel. So I got a warning that's like the precursor to it. And the warning I got is just like absolutely ridiculous in my mind. I posted a video over a year ago, and it wasn't a video that did particularly well. It only got like, I don't know, it was like 500-600 views, something like that. And it was really just me riding at night with some copyright-free music, so music that like wouldn't infringe on any copyrights. And the condition of using this copyright-free music was that the YouTube channel that posted it and made it just asked that all you do is copy and paste the credits, basically, from their description down into your description of the video. So I was like, that's fine. I'll happily give credit where credit is due still, even though it's not copyright protected material. So I took the little, like, hey, paste this credit down into the bottom of my video. That's all I did, right? And so it linked back to like its YouTube video, and it linked back to like the broader, basically, like website that made this like copyright free music, which I didn't really pay attention to. And supposedly that is a YouTube community violation to post something that links to like an outside website that I guess they don't like, which just feels so like, I don't know, I was just like, if this is a violation, then you caught it like over a year late, which is crazy, and everything's green. Over a year late, and there have to be so many people who have broken this rule, who, you know, copied and pasted and gave credit like they were supposed to give to like another channel, to another creator that made this. So it's like, if you give me this copyright strike, you need to give like probably thousands and thousands of people the same copy, or the same, it wasn't a copyright strike, it'd give you the same like warning for community guideline infringements. And so it's just like, oh, like, it's so annoying. This could have been like an email, this could have been like a note that was like, oh hey, we updated our community guidelines or whatever, now you need to take this link out, something like that, right? Something could have been super simple. And it was just like, oh, it's so frustrating. It's like, now you have the option of, you can appeal the decision, or you can take an online learning class to like be re-educated on YouTube's community guidelines, which is like, come on, I wasn't doing, like, I didn't do anything wrong in my mind. It's like, I posted a video, gave you the link to like some free music, which was like YouTube and this like, you know, company's website that makes copyright free music. Super frustrating. And you know, part of it is just like, geez, YouTube, like, there's so many people doing such like illegal things, or like, you know, showing themselves ripping down the highway, breaking the speed limit like crazy, or wheelies, or all these kind of things. And it's like, my channel is super lame, like, or super tame, sorry. Maybe it is lame too, Freudian slip. But it's like, I don't show myself doing like super illegal stuff. Like, I'm trying to be like careful, I'm trying to promote like responsible riding and like some good kind of principles of riding, and like be a decent person. It's not like I'm constantly cursing on my channel or anything like that. And I'm just like, man, it's crazy that it's like you're going after me. Like, I'm a tiny little channel that has basically like hardly any audience, and you know, it doesn't produce that much content, and I don't know, it's just like super bizarre. So very weird to me. So we're gonna give you an update on motovlogging, just kind of like where it's at with monetization, all that kind of stuff. So first off, here's the monetization update. This channel has completely stalled in growth since basically I made 100 moto vlogs. I'm up to like 130 moto vlogs now or so, and completely stalled entirely. Entirely just no growth. And my imagination is that has something to do with seasonality of riding motorcycles. People are creating content during the summertime, and so it's just like more competitive. There's more stuff out there you can watch, and lots of small channels popping up of people like buying a GoPro and getting their first bike. And so, you know, I think part of that's the blame. And like I've said in previous videos, motovlogging and motorcycle content is content for a very small niche amount of people, and it's very saturated with people within that community who think it's really cool and want to film it or take photographs of it or whatever and create some kind of content around it. So it's like a very heavily saturated kind of thing, like kind of niche to be in, which makes it more difficult, and obviously the seasonality shows that. So I thought I would have hit the first tier of monetization, honestly, probably like early summer, and I did not at all. Like, not even anywhere closer. I'm maybe like 50 hours closer than where I was out of 3,000 hours, which is like no big deal, right? That's really frustrating, right? It's just like, man, it just feels like you can't really get ahead. And it really feels like kind of since summer and since I posted, you know, this one video where all I did was I used AI to help me make the thumbnail. I even like took the thumbnail and altered it. I just kind of like used AI to start it. It feels like ever since then, this channel's been very throttled, where I haven't gotten, it's rare for me to get a video that makes hundreds of views, but honestly, like, no videos have been getting over 1,000 views. So it's pretty discouraging, and it really feels like it's just getting throttled. Like, I'm not getting as many impressions, so I'm getting less click-throughs and stuff like that. And like the click-through rate really hasn't dropped across the channel, so very just like discouraging in that way. So that's the first reason why I would say, like, if you want a motovlog, you might consider not, or you might consider tempering your expectations, where it's just like, geez, I thought it was going to get easier the more subscribers I got, and I keep getting more subscribers, but my view count keeps going down, my watch time keeps going down. So it's pretty challenging in that way. The second reason why you might consider not motovlogging is if you aren't really enjoying it. Like, because you gotta enjoy, like, actually getting out and riding sometimes when you don't feel like it, or thinking of ideas of videos to make and making thumbnails, right? It is like some work sometimes, even if you enjoy it, and I enjoy it, but sometimes it's like, man, you gotta actually like make some stuff, and if you only are like completely chill about it and you're never like disciplined about it, then you're gonna have some more struggles, I think, with like actually getting it off the ground. But I think if you treat it more like work and it's less of an enjoyable thing, then it's gonna be extra hard for you, and it's just gonna feel like an extra job, and you're working for free. I mean, quite literally, I've spent many hours making YouTube videos and making thumbnails. I mean, the cumulative time would be like days, right? By now, I'm over hours. I'm into like counting my days or weeks of time I've dedicated to it. Haven't made a penny from it. So if you're trying to make money off of it, I would have been way better off going and getting a job like door dashing or doing anything else, basically, because this is not it. Like, you might make it big, you might make it rich and make a viral video and get lucky, but for the vast majority of people, That's not what's happening. And so if you're not enjoying it, if it feels like a burden, then you're just signing up for an extra job where you're not getting paid and you're just doing free work for YouTube, because YouTube's still going to make money off of it, right? They're still going to run some ads occasionally or whatever, and they're going to be fine. So I would say if you stop enjoying it and you're not having any success, then it's probably not that helpful for you. I would also say, as a fourth thing, that YouTube really punishes people who deviate outside of a very narrow niche. Like, what YouTube wants you to do is stay in your lane and become really, really good at this one very specific, like, kind of odd thing that people like, right? It's like, oh, I'll become really good at, like, popping pimples in a satisfying way, or, you know, coming up with weird challenges like Mr. Beast, where you give people money, or destroying things like Whistle and Diesel. They want you to, like, have a niche and become really good at that niche. And so my channel, where it's like, hey, here's some, you know, automotive kind of mechanic things, here's some boat mechanic tips, here's some motorcycle mechanic stuff, here's a lot of motovlogs. I think YouTube is honestly like just not that interested in channels like mine that cast a broader net, where it's like, hey, I'm gonna post some track day footage, and then, hey, I'm gonna, you know, do a night ride to music, and then, hey, I'm gonna, you know, have something where I just talk about motorcycle culture and kind of like give advice to people who are maybe like younger than me. And I just don't think YouTube's interested in that. So unless if you want to like very narrowly kind of like specify and get good at a certain thing, then you're not going to get rewarded from it, at least in my experience. These are a couple of reasons I've thought through where, man, sometimes it just like really makes me want to quit YouTube, especially like the other night when I got that warning. I was like, man, I could just quit right now. Like, super discouraging. I know it's not a big deal, like I can appeal it, I could take the stupid online training class, but it's like, dude, it's not like, it doesn't feel like I did anything wrong or malicious or anything like that. It was like, just totally like put a link in the description for the music. So I don't know, you can tell me, am I crazy, am I off the handle emotional over that? I'm curious if any of you have motovlogged and given it up, kind of what pushed you over the edge to make that decision, because I've thought about it a lot, and I'm like, maybe I could just move this to something where it's like I just kind of film less stuff and it's more entirely for me, and I get rid of the goal of ever achieving a level of monetization. So curious for what you all think. Thanks for watching this video. You all ride safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.